really early in the morning, and the farmer is here looking at his plants. So wonderful. These are probably tomatoes or something. And look at the rest of the area. Here's the little market that we come and get our vegetables from. And look how beautiful the area is all around, filled up with fig trees, pistachio trees. Let me show you the fig trees from up close that this farmer has up here. Look how tiny the figs are now. And in due time, I'll show you how big and dark they get. Now, they've made this area a preserved area. I'll show you also. Look at this. Agricultural landscape, and it's a place for many kinds of birds to come and find their home. What a beauty! So beautiful to gather your own fruits. See? Got 3 of them. After searching around in the area, I was lucky enough to get a few figs. I wasn't hoping for anything better. I'm actually lucky to get this because it's the end of the season. So I gathered about 750 grams of figs that I'm going to make into a marmalade. And for this I'm going to use half cup of sugar, and I'm using brown one. You can use white one, it's the same. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of honey and the juice of half a lemon. And for my cookie crust, the tart crust, I'm going to use 2 3/4 cups of flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and if you use self-rising you omit the baking powder, half a cup of butter, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1 egg, 3 tablespoons of water, 3 teaspoons of liquor or vanilla. For the filling, I'm also going to use half a cup of chopped walnuts, and I've also saved some whole ones, 10 pieces, for the garnishing that I'm going to use at the very end, and 10 half ones also. I'm going to show you how to peel the figs. You just take from the top of their head, let's say, and just pull down. You can clean them really easily. But if you want to omit this part, you can wash them really well and cook them with the skin. It's just that the marmalade is going to become a bit darker. While I'm cleaning them, I'm also cutting them in the middle to make sure that they don't have anything inside, like they're ruined or they have a little worm or anything, before I put them for the marmalade. And this is my final product. I was lucky they were all good. I start by putting my heat on high, and I've chopped my figs into smaller pieces, and I'm gonna put them in my pot and start cooking them. After a few minutes they have started warming up, and I keep stirring the whole time because I don't want them to get stuck on the bottom of my pot. And I'm ready to put my sugar in and give it a little mix. And if you see that they start boiling too much, you lower the heat a little above medium at this moment because we don't want the sugar to get stuck on the bottom. I add my honey and I mix again until they get combined all together. It's gonna take approximately 10 minutes until it starts boiling, and I let it boil for 10 minutes before I add the final ingredient. When my fruit has softened a lot, I take my potato presser and I press my fruit down to make it a bit thinner. Now that it's boiled quite a lot, I lower my heat to below medium, and I'm ready to put my lemon juice in. This is the ingredient that's gonna help it thicken up also. And I let it boil for an extra 10 minutes. So it's a total of 20 minutes of boiling. After that time, I'm gonna make the test like we always do with marmalades. I take a little portion and put it on a cold plate, let it cool down completely, and separate it with my finger, making sure that the two parts are not getting together, which means my marmalade is ready. While the marmalade is cooling down, I'm gonna prepare my cookie crust. I put the egg and the sugar, and I'm going to use a mixer to mix it for about a minute. At that time, the sugar has been completely dissolved, so it is ready. And now I'm gonna put the rest of my ingredients. I'm gonna put the flour, the 2 cups at first with the baking powder, and I'm using a sieve because I want to make it thinner and fluffier. Then I put my batter, which I have in room temperature. You see, it's really soft, and this is how it's supposed to be in order to be able to work it with the flour. And in this particular recipe, and any tart or cookie recipe really, we have to work really softly with the butter and the flour. That means we must not knead too hardly, because this way our dough becomes hard, and as a result our tart or cookies become hard too. So very soft kneading really. After we mixed it a little bit and our ingredients are a bit combined, we add the water and the liquor, or vanilla if you prefer, it's up to you. And keep on kneading softly, and we'll see that at that time our dough is going to become very soft, sticky and watery. And at this moment we add the remaining of the flour and do it in portions until we get a nice soft dough. It has to be well combined and soft into our hands, and that you will feel it. This is how it should look, and when you press it, really nice and soft. Then we cover it with a plastic wrap in order to prevent it from drying, and let it rest for half an hour before we put it into our pan. Our dough is resting. I'm going to spread some butter on my pan, and I'm using a 28 centimeter tart pan. And at the same time, I've put my oven to preheat at 170 degrees Celsius, 325 Fahrenheit. After half an hour, my dough is ready, and I'm not going to use a roller pin or anything to open it up. I'm gonna open it up by hand directly onto my pan by pressing it down softly and lightly all the way around until it covers the bottom of my pan and the edges. I try to go all around as evenly as possible, and this is something that really you feel it in your hands, and keep on pressing from the middle to the outer parts of the pan. My dough is evenly spread on my pan. I take a fork and make some holes on the bottom of it to help with the cooking. I mix the walnuts, the chopped walnuts, with my marmalade, and I've used 400 grams of it. I mix it up a little bit, And this is the filling that's gonna go into my tart. I put it on the dough, and then with the use of my spatula, I spread it evenly on the dough, making sure it covers all the area, all the way to the edges. And this is our tart, ready to go in for baking. After 40 minutes, I've checked my tart and it's ready. This is how it looks, very nice, and the crust has a golden color. And while the marmalade on top of it is still soft, it's the time to do some garnishing. So by using the whole walnuts that I had, I put them all around, and I make a little flower in the middle. You can do whatever you want to, really.
Okay, now let's try what we've made. That looks really yummy. Wonderful it is. I'll show you how it looks on the plate. This is the side of it. And let's taste it. The biscuit is so fluffy. It is so yummy. It's gonna be so nice with a cup of coffee. I hope you'll try it. Thank you for watching.
If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends so that we can become a bigger family. Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button to get notified on new uploads. And I hope to see you in another video. Until next time, happy baking και καλή σας όρεξη. Bye bye everyone!